Hi, I'm Rob Streeter and I'm the author of The Greats of Adirondack Fly Fishing. This is another video in the Warmwater fly series that I've put together. This one is my river herring popper. Up here where I live in upstate New York, we have a big river, the Mohawk River, and every year the herring run in from the ocean. They come up the Hudson and then up the Mohawk. They spawn, and towards fall the baby herring start moving out of the river, and we have really good fishing on top water. It's pretty neat to catch 3-pound smallies on poppers. This popper represents those little baby herring. This is a phenomenon that occurs on a lot of the rivers in the Northeast, and this fly would also be good probably in the South where you got a lot of shad and smallmouths or largemouths together. So here's how you tie it. So if you like these videos, please support the channel and subscribe and give us a like. We enjoy putting these together and I enjoy hearing from everybody, so feel free to send a message if you got a question or a comment. Let us know. Thanks for watching. Okay, so here's how we tie the river herring. We've got a stinger style bass bug hook, and this is a big one. It's size 4. So we're going to start out with white thread, and we'll run a layer of thread all the way to the back, right about there. Trim it off. This fly uses squirrel tail, and I already got a bunch cut. I'm just gonna tie that in about like that. And I'm gonna leave it long. Just bind it all down. Cut these pieces that are too long out. And that just makes it more durable. Next step, we're going to add some crystal flash to the tail. About 4 or 5 strands of that. And we'll tie that in. Couple wraps. I'm going to take the longest ones, bring them back over, and we'll use all of them, and I'll just trim that off, even the ones that I have on there. Goes a nice bunch of flash in the back end of the fly. The next piece is just craft store sheet foam, and we're gonna just trim that like a V, and bind that down in the back. Okay, I'm going to use for the body pearl body tubing. Just slide that down. Sometimes if you make a little nick in the bottom of it, the thread will go into it easier. And I leave it a little bit in the back so it's kind of fringy and fuzzy. And we're going to cut it just ahead of the hook eye. Okay. So we're going to lasso this stuff. And we'll use plenty of wraps to get that all down in the back. And we'll just try to throw a whip finish on it. It's kind of hard because it's in the back of the fly, but if we make a big enough loop with the whip finish, should be able to get a couple of wraps. And there we have it. So to make this durable, I could use head cement, but since I got it handy, I'm just gonna put a drop of super glue on those threads. And we'll let that dry. Okay, so now we're going to come in with black thread, and I'm going to get about 1/8 of an inch behind the hook eye and try to lasso that body tubing and get it down tight without breaking the thread. And we'll get some good wraps in there. Trim our thread off. Got to go around and cut that body tubing just behind that hook eye. And we're going to bind that all down. And if you get, you find that you got a piece of it that you didn't get after you get the fly done, and it's sticking out towards the hook eye, you can always take a thread burner and burn it back. Okay, one thing that I add to these, I'm a big believer in, if your fly looks like it's a wounded bait fish, it's got more chance of a bass grabbing it. So I'm going to use some strands of red saddle hackle, and I'm going to tie them in just like the throat on a salmon fly. I'm just going to use the pinch method, get those down, and we'll just trim the ends off. Okay. And we'll just make a nice head for the fly. Now we got to bring our sheet foam over. So we're going to lasso that. And you got to be 90 degrees to the hook shank, because it messes up how the fly pops if you're a little bit off. Okay, so we get about 10-12 wraps on that. I'm going to pull it up, cut it right straight across like that, and I'm going to tie in a second smaller piece. Get that tied down. And what that does is it just makes it a little stiffer, and it makes a bigger pop when you pop the fly while you're retrieving it. So there's that. And take and pull that back, our thread up to the head of the fly, and we'll put a whip finish on it. And slide that down, trim it off. Adjust that a little bit, and I'm going to even that up. And we're going to put some head cement on. And to make it more durable, the weak link is are the thread wraps. So I go over them with UV cure resin, and I'll do that all the way around. So the last step, we got to do a little model building. I like to have eyes on these flies, and my favorite one are just the inexpensive craft store eye, because the little pupils rattle around in there in the plastic heart, and it'll even add a little noise to the fly. So to put those on, I just use archery cement. I build all my own arrows. So I've always got some of this around, and I like it for tying flies too. So just get a drop on, and put the eye on. We'll let that dry, and I'll show you what a finished one looks like. So that's a river herring popper. Not as easy as some other flies to make, but it's a good fly for, like we have here with the baby herring, or it would be anywhere where you have shad or herring as a main bait fish for the bass. It'll work well.